This is an art form that has been passed down from one generation to the next. It's full of deep tradition and also new innovations, and that's what makes it so exciting. The Kluge-Ruhe Aboriginal Art Collection is the only museum of Indigenous Australian art outside Australia, and our current exhibition, With Her Hands, focuses on fiber work made by women from Gapawiak, a small Indigenous community in northeast Arnhem Land. Louise gave us a collection of 100 objects, and the exhibition draws on those objects.
I'm Louise Hamby. I'm a research fellow at Australian National University in Canberra, and I've been working as an anthropologist in Arnhem Land for decades. I do have quite a lot of objects, thousands of objects.
She's built a massive private collection of fiber art.
Mats, string bags, baskets, jewelry, hats even.
That is really the best contemporary collection in the world.
When I first started looking at Arnhem Land baskets, the ones that I fell in love with were the ones that I knew from museum collections. And these are the older twined baskets, with a conical form, a rounded bottom with a string handle. Those were the ones that I was really passionate about and wanted to know about. I realized I'm not really going to know anything about these beautiful objects unless I actually talk to people who make them.
Yo, Marayako, Lucy,
I learned from lots of women, including my gato Lucy in Gapawiak.
Nawalara Marimoy, Momoy, Ngadi Bringo Rako. Ukwera Tarukya Mana Dalingongo, para Nirprano. Ukwera Warinyai. Nautinano para kong nirpan minano mara ko jamar kre mara para maringitang ono darinya. She taught me when I was 12 years old. So I used to sit and watch my mom. I learned from her, then got all the knowledge and put it in my mind.
Two of the artists featured in the exhibition, Lucy Wanapoingu and Anna Malabir, they were able to come here to Kluge-Ruhe to work with our students and to help them understand the techniques and processes that go into making fiber objects and their meaning as well.
For an expert like Lucy, how long would it take her to make a basket?
Everyone asks me that question and I say that's a terrible question. Because when you say, how long does it take a basket, you have to take into consideration multiple factors. There's no shop to go and buy materials. You have to collect all the materials. And if you want to have color, you also have to collect all the dyes. Each of the materials has to be prepared. Each of the dyes have to be prepared. You have to dye the fiber, and this is before you ever sit down and make a single stitch. You might spend a whole week just collecting material and not making anything.
Lucy is quite a pioneer in experimenting with dyes. I always say if Lucy hadn't grown up in Gapawiak, but maybe in Germany, she would be an alchemist, or she would, be a doctorate in chemistry.
We use everything, what color we want to need.
Everything for her, when she looks at a new material, is an opportunity to find out where she could use that as a color in her weaving. And I think that's really what sets her apart from a lot of other artists in Gapawiak.
It's not hard to understand Louise's enthusiasm for fiber arts and also her love of Lucy as an artist. She has really established a place for women as fiber artists among the leading Indigenous artists of Australia.
No one really thought about these objects as being anything other than domestic items or things that people made to sell. It's only through working particularly with women for decades and trying to promote their work and have people in the outside world actually look at them with different set of eyes that has made the difference.
We're so proud to be able to show their work internationally so it can take the place it deserves on a global stage.